for another review. Today we're going to the Barncat Artisan Ales, and these guys are out of Ontario in Canada, and this is the Money Made Me Do It. This is batch number 2. It's an Imperial or double IPA then, coming in at, as you can see, 8.2% ABV. This beer was canned on the 8th of October of 2019. This beer was actually released on the 11th of October of 2019. So that's how I know from Untapped that it's batch number 2. Whether it's actually the same generic beer of Money Made Me Do It or not, I don't know. But I've got a little bit more information here. So it's a double IPA hopped with Galaxy, Nelson Sauvin, Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe. And that's it. It's in a 473 milliliter can, silver can, apart from that bit. Big shout out to Ewart from the Canadian YouTubing network type thing. With him in London about 2 weeks ago or so. So yeah, let's crack this open then, and it's saying a double IPA. It's New England IPA or what? It's looking slightly hazy in the top of the can, so it'd be interesting to see how this compares with some of what we got over here in the UK. Cheers, Ewart. Really appreciate it. Obviously we don't get this brewery over here in the UK, so yeah, it's looking New England style. Leave it like that for now. There's probably about an inch or so in the can left. It's half a finger of a white, tightly packed, frothy kind of head. Yeah, it looks like orange juice in the glass. It's a nice full-on haze then on this one. It's a real treat. I've been proper pumped to actually try this one, and I'll be joining a hangout with relevant people that probably can get it in a moment. So yeah, there's no light coming through. It's proper murky, proper chicken gravy looking thing. Let's get an aroma then on this malty hopped beer. Yeah, it's got that a very kind of oniony, garlicky sort of aroma. Thick, gloopy, if that makes sense. If you can get that from an aroma, it's got that kind of feel to the smell of the beer, but it looks it as well. So you combine them the two, and you got half an idea what the mouthful's going to be. I reckon it's going to be well creamy, smooth, luxurious, gloopy. There's a bit of like dried pineapple there, maybe a little bit of mango, apricot, you know, the usual suspects you'd expect for this kind of style of beer, and the way it's looking as well. There's a little bit of earthiness maybe from the Mosaic, that sort of thing. Yeah, it smells awesome. Let's give it a try, see what we get. Cheers. Cheers, Ewart. Ah, wow, that is lush. That is luscious. There we go. So rest in the can, from the can to the glass. Not grain to glass, can to glass. But yeah, it's a very creamy mouthfeel. That's one of the first things that strikes you of this beer. Wow, there's no hint of the ABV. Definitely getting some kind of, it's obviously brewed with oats, I would assume, just looking at the beer. There is a little bit of a ABV kind of hit towards the back end, a bit more malt, just give you that, hey, I'm here. Yeah, that's that first initial taste though on the palate. Wow. Let's try and break it down then. First of all, you get in the mouthfeel. The first thing that hits you. Slight bitterness that follows. A little bit of grapefruit. grapefruit bitterness, sweet. Then it goes into a nice pillowy kind of soft apricot. It's not chalky, but you know what I mean? It's got that, I think it's with the mouthfeel and the creaminess and that overall kind of vibe of the beer. There's a slight chalkiness, but not in a bad way. It just all lends into the whole kind of mouthfeel kind of experience, I'd say. A little bit of pale stone fruits. Oh man, wow. There is a bit of bitterness coming through on the back end though. It's just starting to build and build and build with every mouthful. I mean, I've only had like 3 or 4 small mouthfuls, so you can tell by how much I left in the glass, but that ain't staying in there. It's a really nice beer. It's a very kind of light looking beer. I mean, it looks really kind of crazy, and you know, with the light just above the camera, it's probably not the best thing, but whatever. So, I mean, it looks very dark, say from here. It's leaving a decent lace in. There's a little bit of alcohol legs. It gives you a hint of the ABV. You're getting it more on the end of the taste, if you like. But it's very well hidden. Was it 8.2? So a bit of carbonation, but not crazy, you know. Because I'm drinking it a little bit quicker than I would normally. I'd sit. Excuse me. I'd sit back normally and just like take this in and really go off into one, and people talking to me and I can't hear them, kind of zone. I zone out on certain beers, and I would with this one as well. And sometimes I forget when I'm doing this reviews, I actually zone out. I think, oh yeah, there's a camera on, you know. It's that kind of thing. Bit longer review than I would normally do, admittedly, because I know I'll probably never get to try this beer again. So, but this is Barncat Artisan Ales, and this is a barnstorming beer. Sorry. Money made me do it, eh? No, this was free. This was on the house. So, not the barn, the house. So, there we go. Awesome beer. Awesome looking label. According to Untapped, this is batch number 2, but whether it's just money made me do it, whatever. I'll check it into both, I guess, on Untapped. For me, for a rating on this one, then, considering some of the beers we get here in the UK, there's very little between, say, what I've tried from the really good half a dozen breweries here in the UK that do this sort of style of beer, sort of that ABV and up to like 10% triple IPAs. I would say that this is the same. It's the same kind of thing. We get these beers here in the UK. I think the only difference is, I'd say, is potentially the mouthfeel is slightly more enhanced, a little bit more kind of tuned in. But apart from that, bang on the same. So for me, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10, so it's a 4.5 on the Untapped scale. My computer decided it wanted to turn off, so here we go. So for this batch on Untapped, then it's only had 144 check-ins, so perhaps people have checked in this beer on the generic, the other one. So it's had 21 in the last 30 days, so you know, 88 ratings, then coming in at 4.34, so that's pretty damn good in anyone's book. But I'm giving it a 4.5. I think it's fantastic, and yeah, So that's Money Made Me Do It. This is the second batch, released on the 11th of October of 2019. Awesome looking beer. Thanks again to Hewitt for this one. Really do appreciate it. I will be having another load of beer reviews from breweries that we certainly can't get here in the UK, including this one. And there'll be a special one. I might do a live one on Christmas Day coming up this year, so which will be from the brewery. So check that one out. If you remember, if you're not busy, of course it's a busy day, but I will escape a busy day if I can. So long review. I'm really sorry. It's probably a 15-minute review, but yeah. Thanks for watching then. Let me know what your thoughts are down below if you've had this one. If you're from Canada, I'll be interested to find out on Hewitt. And that's it. I'll clear off and let you be. Cheers.